Yeah, I'm filming with an iPhone. What's up guys, Seb here, and today I'm starting my journey to becoming a web developer. As you can probably see from the title, the question we are answering today, or at least we're trying to answer, is can you become a web developer having a full-time job? Yeah, so let's get this started. Working 40 hours a week. That doesn't give you a lot of time to learn code, does it? But in order to achieve our common goal, and that is to become web developers, you will need to make sacrifices. And the ultimate sacrifice that I'm talking about is time. Stop wasting time. Like for example, if you're a gamer, yeah, you spend hours and hours a week playing video games. Those hours could be easily put into learning code. Yeah? If you have a habit of going after work to your local pub, having a beer with your mates, the amount of times you go out to those pubs could be reduced like once or twice per week. Because in order to achieve becoming a web developer, you will need to sacrifice all this, yeah? Now let me give you my example. So I have a full-time job as a retail manager on Oxford Street, but it's something that I've kind of ended up into, not necessarily something that I've always dreamt about doing. And I work sometimes more than 40 hours a week. And again, that doesn't give me a lot of time to learn code, yeah? And I think this is the issue for most of you that are watching this video right now. My daily routine is waking up at 6 a.m, having my coffee, smoking my million cigarettes in the morning, then going to work for 8, yeah? I finish work 5, 5:30, come back home 6, 6:30, yeah? By the time I eat, a shower, whatever I do, it's 8 already, yeah? So now you have to start managing the remaining of your time until you go back to bed, because obviously the next day you have to start all over again, yeah? 6 o'clock, coffee, million cigarettes, and so on, yeah? Now, it all depends on how much you want to learn code and how many hours do you want to put into learning code, yeah? I recently saw a video on Chris Sean's channel on YouTube, Dev's Life, and he was doing a video of question and answers, and one of the questions was how many hours should you put into learning code, yeah? And when I saw the answer, that was music to my ears, yeah? He said that you shouldn't push more than 2-3 hours per day into learning code, as pushing more than that will create a confusion and it is too much info to take in, yeah? Now obviously it's learning a new language, and you can probably remember from school it's really hard to learn a new language, especially now you being a full-time employee, yeah? Now it sounds really easy, right? You go to work, you come back home, you learn code, you go to sleep and start all over, yeah? But the main question is, can you sacrifice everything else? I mean, doing this will take away all your free time to spend with your wife. Like for example, in my case, I won't have any more time to spend with my wife, and you do not want to upset the wife, yeah? You won't have time to go see your mates, go see a movie, go out for dinner, all these simple things that you don't even realize how important they are until you don't have them, yeah? You will not necessarily have to quit them, but reduce the amount of time that you go out, that you spend with your mates, yeah? I would suggest learning code as much as you can in your day off as well, but don't push it, because having this daily routine already squeezes all the energy out of you, yeah? So I think day off is a day that you need to relax mostly. Now some of you might be asking, why don't you just learn in your day off? Well, learning code requires continuity. Like for example, if on my day off, for example, this week is Friday, I have Friday and Saturday off. I learn code Friday, I learn code Saturday, yeah? And I don't do anything else until the following week, the following Friday. I've forgotten everything I have learned the previous week. With learning code, you need to be consistent, yeah? Because otherwise you'll forget everything. Now, ever since I've started to code, which was roughly 2 months ago, and I will do a separate video on that and how and why I started to code, I believe I haven't made that much of a progress. But to be honest, I blame it on Udemy. I started learning code with Udemy, but it was, to be honest, it was really hard to understand. Now, after I switched platforms and I started to do with Team Treehouse, I felt that it makes so much more sense, yeah. But I also felt at the same time that it's going much slower. I've started Team Treehouse probably a month ago, and I've just finished HTML and I'm halfway through CSS. Right? Another issue I believe you can encounter is the need to practice. So that need to practice comes on top of your courses that you do. So for example, you go back, so you have your day-to-day job, which pay your rent. You have your courses that you need to put in 2 to 3 hours per day. And also now you'll have to start doing small jobs like on freelancer.com. You will need to start building websites for your friends for free, anything just to practice. So that adds on top of your workload. So my question is, how do you organize yourself now? What do? Do you reduce the amount of hours that you put into code? Do you take some hours from your sleep period? I mean, from my point of view, if I would reduce even more my hours of sleep, I wouldn't be performing as well in my day-to-day job. I wouldn't be understanding anything in my courses that I do from Team Treehouse. And most probably, I wouldn't be performing in those small jobs that I've taken extra. So, I personally believe that the best solution for this is to reduce the amount of hours that you do on Team Treehouse, or whatever you do, the amount of hours that you're putting into your coding courses, and put that time into doing small jobs. Yeah? Like for example, allow yourself 1 hour per day to start building your own website. Yeah? You're gonna need it for your portfolio. But don't add that to your workload already. Don't do your day-to-day job, don't do your 2-3 hours per day course and another 1-2 hours for your small jobs, because you're gonna be exhausted. Yeah? You won't have time for your family, for your friends, you won't have time for anything. Yeah? So, let me know in the comments down below if you believe that this is a good solution. If you have any other idea, if you are already a self-taught web developer that went through this or is going through this already, let us know in the comments down below what is your solution and how you do it or how you have achieved it already. Yeah. This is all for today. I'm Seb and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.